Hey, so as I said in my last review, this is my review of Live by Night that I watched back to back with Bridge of Spies, which is very famed, but we'll get into that more later. I really liked Live by Night, and I guess we're at later now because now I'm gonna get into what I said earlier. The ironic part is going into this, I knew more people. I knew people really liked Bridge of Spies, and people were very mixed on Live by Night. However, I came out of it with the opposing opinion on both. I thought Bridge of Spies was okay, and I really liked Live by Night. There's a great sense of like sweeping cinematography, and even though people complain that it's too overstuffed and that there's a lot of familiar elements, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And there being too much in a movie, I never feel is too much of a bad thing unless it gets boring. But this movie, since it has so much happen in it, there's so much action, plot, and character that's just constantly happening. Every scene is one of those three things. And if you go into it knowing that you like those three things a lot in a movie, it's rare that you would ever get bored. I never got bored. Odds are, if you go into this movie and are just looking for, even if it's recycled elements from the town, but you like, I don't know what I'm saying. Uh, I'll just start afresh with something else right now. So I just finished watching Live by Night, and it has a great cast, great writing and directing and starring turn for Ben Affleck. He did a great job with this movie. The movie was pretty visually dazzling and stylish. In that regard, it reminded me of the 2013 Great Gatsby movie. Like, the visuals remind me of that in The Aviator. There's a lot of, what was I gonna say? There's a lot of action in the movie. That wasn't what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna pretend like that didn't happen. There's a lot of action through the movie, and there's a lot of just character moments that are really interesting. And then there's a lot of plot, and it's just rapidly going through all of these, and it's exhilarating. It's just a fun movie to go through. It's got this constant, consistent, uneasy atmosphere to it that just really makes the whole thing come off as gritty and just grimy and what's the word? It's like the seedy underbelly, and it just gets this concept or like this tone down so well and so consistently, and just it's a really impressive movie to me personally. Now, like I said, a lot of people didn't like this movie, and people were just very mixed on how to feel about it. But I really enjoyed it, even though it recycled bits from the town and ideas and visuals and action and stuff like that. That was a lot like that movie. There's enough really interesting things in the movie that I'd say that you should check it out. I really liked it. Oh man, it's difficult to talk two reviews in a row. I should not do this again where I do two in a row because by the time I hit the second review, my points are not as clear and I'm scattershot desperately trying to remember what I was thinking during the movie I say in this review. Yeah, there's really interesting characters that I liked, and there are like occasionally surprising moments that legitimately, well, surprised me. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there was something else I wanted to touch upon, but I don't know. Also, in my last review for, uh, see, I just watched that movie 2 hours ago, and I already forgot like everything that happened. Yeah. One thing I wanted to mention in that last review is Tom Hanks wearing like a top hat in a not quite gangster flick, but like a crime flick really reminded me of Road to Perdition. Oh yeah, another more sign. Live by Night has this giant, sprawling, epic scale to it, which it's interesting because some people complained that it was simultaneously too small and not big enough. But I didn't get that at all. It felt grandiose, like just the big epic scale, kind of like The Godfather, but revamped for modern times, which is probably giving this movie more credit than it deserves, comparing it to The Godfather. But that being said, I didn't like The Godfather. However, in the ways that remind me of The Godfather, I liked. Like the whole character arc of the main character is a lot like Al Pacino in the movie, though there's a lot of differences, obviously, between them. And like some of the visuals and just the grand scale of the violence and everything reminded me of that film. By the way, my opinion on The Godfather was I thought was okay, that it was really overrated, but there were a couple of scenes that I really liked, but it was just too few and far between for a 3 hour movie. That's another movie where I'd like to see it cut down a couple of hours, and then I would probably say I'd like it if it cut out the right scenes. Yeah, this review of Live by Night is going on for far too long. I apologize. I'm just gonna end it here. I'd recommend it. I really liked Live by Night.